forecast. We could see some slick roads here tomorrow, so let's get the latest on the forecast from our very own Zach Daniel. And Zach, I know most of the time you're in the backyard weather center, so while you're doing what you do wherever you are, I'm sure people are looking at you. Why is that crazy man talking to himself and pointing at things that's not even there?
No, this is my neighborhood, so they all know I'm crazy anyway, so it doesn't matter. I got a bunch of kids over here sledding down the hill having a good time, and it's just like trying to keep them off Storm Rider back here. That's a full-time job because it's like a gigantic Tonka toy. And, the kids have had fun today playing around the snow. Tomorrow's going to be no fun, though, with the ice moving in. We've got the warnings up, and folks need to complete any kind of things they need to do on the roads now. Not that the roads are great now, but they're probably better now than they will be as we get into tomorrow. All right, so I want to start you off looking at what we've got outside right now. And our current temperature here in Richmond is sitting at 30 degrees. We have not even touched freezing today, or what we call the melting point. Technically, it is the melting point, not the freezing point. But we haven't gotten back up to that. It's cold. It feels like 22 because of the wind that we have. There's a little bit of breeze from time to time. That's going to come into a factor tomorrow as we have the weight on the trees swaying around a little bit. We'll likely have power outages. And looking at other temperatures across Virginia, not many places got above freezing this afternoon, and we've already reached the highs for the day. So this is going to be about it. All right, I want to show you the difference. Last night we had some sleet around, and I want to just talk about the difference between sleet and freezing rain and how they form. First off, looking at sleet, you get snow that develops, but then high above the surface you have a layer where that snow melts into liquid, and then it refreezes into just these pellets. It won't refreeze into snow again, so it's just these sleet pellets. So if it falls and it bounces off your hand, that's sleet. Freezing rain is different because you have a much larger area of warm air. So you have the snow that melts, and then it doesn't have time to freeze again, so it just freezes onto all the surfaces that are below freezing, and it coats everything. It is the worst kind of winter weather. It is the most damaging, and it is the least fun. All right, let's get a check on our Sky Tracker shot. This is through our Diamond Cam. Some snow out there. It has been a pretty day today with lots of snow on the trees and a little bit of fun, but it's kind of a wet snow. Let's check the warnings that we have. It's a nice storm warning here for central sections of Virginia. And then to our west, it's a winter storm warning. To our east, it is a winter weather advisory for lesser amounts of the ice. Over to our west, could have some sleet mixing in. That's why the combination's given us the winter storm warning. Nothing out there right now on radar except for just some freezing drizzle and some freezing fog, just enough to keep everything wet and prevent anything from evaporating. On the broad view, nothing going on just yet, but we're going to see more precipitation developing later tonight and certainly by tomorrow morning. And for more on that, let's go inside to meteorologist Mike Stone. Mike?
Thanks a lot, Zach. We'll take you through your hour-by-hour forecast. So for this evening, just some patchy freezing drizzle, so there may be some icy spots on untreated surfaces. And after we get past the midnight hour, at least the threat for a little bit of freezing rain starting across the area. This will actually increase as the morning wears on, and during the course of the day, we should have some periods of, at times, moderate to even some heavy rain. But again, as Zach mentioned, it falls as a liquid and then freezes to ice on impact. So you notice a lot of the area, about 28 to 32 degrees. It will be a little bit milder right up against the coast in southeastern Virginia. But most of central Virginia, a lot of the Piedmont into northern Virginia, this is where we could see some pretty significant icing. So for tomorrow, 100% chance of freezing rain and temperatures hovering in the upper 20s and low 30s. We may make it up to 33 later in the day, but that might be for an isolated hour or two. The entire day should be at or below freezing and just enough of a wind to notice. And that may cause some other issues because this is the plot of potential ice accumulation, at least a quarter to a half of an inch. But we may get some pockets in here across central Virginia that get 3/4 of an inch of ice. So that combined with the heavy snow that's already on the trees, when you coat that all together, we may get some trees down, some power lines down. So there could be some significant power outages later tomorrow into tomorrow night. A high of 33 tomorrow. Most of Sunday's dry. A couple showers later in the day, 43. A couple showers on Monday, 41. So we'll melt some of this stuff. Next system comes in on Tuesday. It looks like it'll be mainly rain for most of the area. A little bit of freezing rain in northwestern Virginia. But we could have a better chance of freezing rain changing over to all rain on Thursday. Cheryl?